Hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream. We're gonna be playing some more of The Farmer Was Replaced. As you might be able to hear already, my throat hurts a lot today. I don't know why exactly, like, after yesterday's stream, during the stream yesterday, all seemed fine. But like half an hour after or whatever, it all of a sudden started getting a little, itchy and everything. And then before I went to bed, it got a lot worse. And then I woke up and it was even worse. Same as now. So yeah, it's not ideal, but I did not want to not stream again. Because in the past 2 weeks, I've been skipping a lot of days, with Christmas, my father's birthday, New Year's, and just one day that I didn't really feel like it, I believe as well. So I was like, well, let's do at least a short stream today. Not sure what we'll be able to achieve in the game during like a 2-hour stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Whatever happens, and what doesn't, then that will happen next time. So yeah, just a short stream. I got one of those like candies, that should soothe the throat a little bit. I got one of those right now. And of course, hot tea and everything. So hopefully, throughout the stream, it will get a little bit less, maybe, hopefully. That'll be nice. Yeah, we're going to be playing some more. Var, good to see you there, Brent, and everybody else who's lurking in chat. Thanks for being here hanging out. Alright. Let me do something real quick before we get started. There you go. All right. So, what are we gonna try and do today? So during the last one, we tried to do pumpkins. And I mean, I did succeed in doing just a whole field of pumpkins without too much trouble. But making like one giant pumpkin in the entire field, that is what took up most of the stream. Trying to figure that out. And I was not able to do that on my own. Like a lot of people try to help to get that done. But in the end, there was only one master of the code who was capable of doing it. And that was Var, who's in the chat right now, Varisha. There you go, that code right there. And yeah, that will create... oh my god. That will create like one massive pumpkin, basically. Eventually. Once all the pumpkins have been placed, all the dead ones replaced with good ones. And the bigger they are, like the more you can harvest from them as well. But it takes ages for one drone to do all this. Our farm size is a little bit too big right now for one drone. But we won't be able to unlock another one until like later in the game, much later in the game still. Don't think we're gonna get there today. Definitely don't think we're gonna get there today. But yeah, we definitely do need another drone. Or the ability to make the farm size a bit smaller, because that's an option as well. You can actually set world size as well. But for that we need to find like treasure or something. Which is in here, I believe, in maze. We gotta like navigate a maze and then we get treasure from that or something. Not entirely sure how that works. Yeah, that's something we'll have to figure out at some point. For today, though, I think I would like to try and focus on maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe the sunflowers. Maybe I'll try and do that. Because the thing is, first we have to unlock water, right? But because our field is so massive, we do not have any trouble whatsoever. Oh, there you go. Master Pumpkin right there. Is gonna check every tile first now. Yeah, that's crazy. You're gonna get like 50k pumpkins from that. Boom. And then it does the next one. What was I saying? Yeah, because the field is so large, we really do not need the watering option right now. Because our drone just isn't fast enough to water everything and get back to the beginning at like the exact right time, you know? If we were to speed up the growth process. Because right now, the growth process, like this is already done. You know, like 2 tiles behind the drone. 3 tiles at most. It's already done growing. So we really don't need any water. Or fertilizer for that matter. To speed that up. So yeah. I think we're gonna try and get the sunflowers at least. And maybe we'll move on to the mazes. Because I'm guessing that the unlock, the 1k there, that is something we get from the sunflowers. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Looks a little bit weird. Looks like berries or something. But I'm assuming it's from the sunflowers. Would make sense. Unless it's from the cactus. I suppose that's an option too. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, for those who just came into the stream, you might already hear it. My voice is terrible. My throat hurts like crazy today. So it is going to be a short stream. But I did want to play at least a little bit and see if we can figure something out. So yeah. That is... Oh, we made another one already. Wow, cool. So there's a plan. Yeah, Farisha, Brand, Tony, Angelique, Bob, hello, welcome. Welcome everybody. On both YouTube and Twitch, of course. Streaming on both. Looks very much weird. Might even be worth calling weird substance. What do you mean? What looks very weird? Maybe learn how to use the functions. It'll make stuff more easier to use. Yeah, what do you, which one do you mean by that? The functions? Like this one? Oh yeah, this one. The functions, yes. The define. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I still need to read through. I still need to learn properly. Because every time I think I understand how this works, and I try it, it doesn't. So that's not great. It's very confusing the way it's written. Very confusing. Me anyway. Because this this sounds easy, right? Like def do 2 flips. That's what you call it, and then do a flip, do a flip. And then if you do 2 flips, then it automatically does those 2 commands, I guess. Like, that sounds really easy. But there, when you read all of this, it's like a million times more complicated. The way they explain things. So yeah. It's literally called items weird substance. Oh really? The the thing here, the 1K. That item that you need for it. Okay. Not too complicated, but it will be 100% worth learning. Yeah, it's very confusing to me. I don't know why. But it is. You're already using functions, now you can make your own. What do you mean make your own? I mean, it's just a... If I understand this, then it just means that you can combine functions into like a singular one, right? Like you can do a function called pet and flip, right? Like petting the piggy and then do a flip, and then you do both those commands, and I'm guessing that is how it's supposed to work. Pet and flip. Do I need to do something after that? Oh yeah, the those ones, that one. That one. And then here we make here we do that one then. And then it should and then it should do it, I guess. Hold up. I'm gonna wait until the pumpkin is done. I'm gonna wait for that one. There you go. So now if I activate this one, does it do what I want it to do? There you go. It does. So yeah, you're just like combining different functions together that way. I guess so you can make the code shorter or something, right? You can make it more compact that way. Like you could do a definition for tilling the ground, you know, checking if it's tilled or not, planting pumpkins, harvesting, and you know, that type of stuff. You could put that all under one like command name, I suppose, instead of writing it all out over and over and over again. But you do need that. But you do need to. But you need to write that stuff out every single time before the actual code, right? Like if I want to use this inside one of the codes that I already have, I have to write this first inside that code to make it work, right? I'm assuming. Let's see, what else are you guys saying? Hey there, crew. Welcome back. Guru, I mean, DC. Usually the first function people make in this game is something like go to XY. Which can obviously be very useful for a certain crop. Yeah, personally, I haven't really seen a use for that one yet. Like, why would I want to go to a specific tile? Other than for the maze, perhaps. Like, with the maze, maybe you wanted to go to, like, a specific tile. But other than that, I don't really see why. Not yet, anyway. Let's see. Not only functions, but also, for example, your entire pumpkin code could be a function. Yes. So that is where we use imports. Or what do you mean? What do you use imports for? Use import function for other files. Functions are useful to make easier code to read and understand. Instead of having an if statement, it does XYZ. Just call a function with a name that explains what it does. Well, think about the pumpkin. Currently, you loop over the whole pumpkin to check if it's done. Instead, you could have a list of tiles. You could have a list of tiles that you go to, crossing them out as you go. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest. That way, when there is only a couple of dead pumpkins left, you wouldn't scan the whole pumpkin every time. You'd go directly to the relevant ones. I would have no idea how to do that. No clue. Yeah, I don't know why that code does that. Like, I mean, I didn't make that one myself, right? Like, Varisha in the chat. She was the one who came up with this pumpkin code. Like, we had a couple of tries. Like, this was my original one. Just getting pumpkins everywhere, not trying to make the big one, necessarily. That was my original one, and then then I tried this one. I tried to make this one myself. But that one was a failure, apparently. And then we tried to make this one. I tried to make this one with somebody else in chat, which didn't seem to work. But yeah, the one from VAR does work. But yeah, it does, like, it does like scan the fields twice, which is if you can stop it from doing that, if you can stop it from that being a necessity, then that would be good actually, because I would save a lot of time. Because right now it's taking a lot more time to complete like a whole pumpkin, right? Having to go through every field again, like you said. Yeah, it's not 100% efficient, but it works. Yeah, exactly. At least it works. I mean, I wasn't able to do that, so, I mean... so that's great. There you go. I made this one earlier today. Just slightly changed it. Planting everything. A little bit of everything. It only makes the 2x2 pumpkins, though. And it doesn't work for a full 100% either. Because if it harvests this one, it doesn't seem to plant at the same location again. So then it plants this one, but this one will be an empty tile, which is kind of annoying. I just changed some of the code I had already. I think I changed this one. I just kind of copy-pasted, added 2 more if east, you know, and changed it to 4 instead of 2. I just made it real quick and simple, the way I knew how. But there's probably a much better way of doing this as well. Yeah, I don't really know why it skips that one tile, because it says harvest first and plant after, and then it should skip to the next one, right? So why does it harvest but then not plant? Is what I'm a little bit confused about. Maybe because of this, about can harvest. If can harvest, it does this. If can harvest, it does that. It harvests, then it should plant. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this should work. Oh, accidentally accidentally did something. Oh, now the field is all kinds of messed up. Hold on. Let me just clear that out real quick. There you go. Start over again. Perfect. Give myself a little bit of tea. Let's see, what else are you guys saying? Oh, you have no idea how to do that yet? Yet being the keyword. Yeah. Exactly. Did you end up having a call with a person? No, I didn't call with anybody. I mean, if I needed to, I would have called with VAR, because I know VAR. You know, we've been in a Discord call many a times for Valheim and other games, so I know I can trust VAR when it comes to being on the live stream, not saying anything inappropriate. But you know, like, if there's somebody new in the chat, like last time, suggesting to come into a call with me, like, I don't know if they'll say anything they shouldn't, you know? Like, I want to go into a call with them if they can help me out. I would like to, but I just don't want to take the risk. that they'll say anything that they shouldn't. So that's the main reason why I didn't last time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, if it's by accident, then, you know, it happens. I sometimes say something that I shouldn't either. Because of frustration or whatever. Why not slowly apologize? Well, I mean, not everything can be apologized. Like, if somebody says something that YouTube doesn't like, then YouTube is just gonna demonetize my entire stream. You know what I mean? Like, saying sorry for something like that doesn't help. Like, YouTube is not like, oh, you said sorry? Okay, then it's fine. You know? YouTube isn't like that. YouTube only detects what it doesn't like. It doesn't detect what it does like. You know what I mean? We can stop it by doing that. But you would need to wait until you have a good pumpkin before moving on to the next tile. Oh, your import explanation didn't go through? Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, no, I don't see it. It didn't go through, indeed. Imports are used to add a file to another file. A file to another file? Oh, like two of these things together? You mean? Like I can combine two of them together in a way? Is that what you mean? So that we have like our definition block basically running the entire time? So that we can use our own definitions or our own commands in another one without having to type them again. Is that what you mean? For example, we can use your main at the top. Using your main at the top, import file name. Then we can use main in main file name function. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure like what other like definitions I should make. Alright, but the very basics I at least kind of understand now. Like this I understand. But everything else that they say in here, like this is starting to confuse me already. This bit. Like just the way they explain things. Very confusing to me. But for now, let's just unlock something new. Let's unlock water, which we don't even need. Because once again, our field is just too big. Watering isn't going to help us. Unless it increases yield, but I don't think so. Yeah, they grow faster when watered. That's the only thing it does. Yeah. Yeah, it grows faster on water. Watered soil. So yeah, that's something we don't need right now because we only have one drone for a huge field. So that seems unnecessary. Unless the sunflowers need water to survive, I suppose. But otherwise, we will not be needing that, most likely. Probably need the water for the cactus, maybe. Alright. Pet. Lip. Almond. There you go. Just for fun, we'll keep that one around. There you go. Let's see. You can give it a try and a new file. You import F0. Here, try to run it. Do I have to unlock something for that first? For importing though? I don't think I have that. Do I? Oh, here, right? Import things from from other files. That's probably what you meant. Putting all your code in a single file quickly becomes unmanageable. Import statements allow you to import functions and global variables from other files. How it works in one screenshot. Module 1. Import Module 2. Module 2. Greater or equal. Module 2 dot x greater or equal to 1. Module 2 dot print x. Module 2 x equals 0. Definition print x. Print x. Okay, yeah, this doesn't really explain it to me. Like, they need better examples that are easy to understand for somebody who knows nothing about it. This is confusing the hell out of me. Alright, let's see. Here, import module 2 runs the file named module 2 and gives you access to all the globals. You can access variables and functions within the imported module using the operator, the dot operator, okay? So you need the dot for that, specifically. Okay. So in this example, module 2 dot, that's the import operator, okay? So first the name of the file, then the dot. And then print x, which is that command right there, I suppose. Print x. Calls print x in module. Right, calls that one. Okay, I see. No need to read further. Wait, what? No need to read further? I want to read further. I want to read more. You can also move the globals from the import module into the current scope. You can also move the globals from the imported module into the current scope, where the import statement is executed from using the from syntax. Now this just sounds like a whole lot of Latin to me. Like, what is a scope? What does that mean? What does scope mean? What do they mean by the globals? I have no idea what they mean by that. The globals and the current scope. What does that mean? From syntax. From module to import this one. Okay, so this makes sense. Yeah, from file number 2, import this command. This definition. And do you have to do this one then as well? Imports only the specific globals from module 2. Okay. Yeah, so this is one specific command of the of that one or whatever. For module 2, import times imports all globals. Module 2. Let's see. What do you guys say in the chat? I missed a whole lot of messages, it seems. Let's see. Let's go back a little bit. Looks like you made a lot of progress since last time. I mean, not so much. I mean, we got the pumpkin thanks to Varisha. We got the huge pumpkin command. We're not running that one right now. I just made a simple one myself with, you know, all the different resources, right? The hay, the wood, the carrots, and the pumpkin. Just getting a little bit of everything. Just to gather the resources for unlocks and stuff. Haven't really done much else yet. So what it says is in module 1 we need to we add 1 to X of module 2, and then we use function of module 2. In module 1, we'll import module 2. We add equal or more than 1. And they use the function. Yeah, okay. Module 2 print X. Okay. Right. Yeah, because X is 0 right now. And this one adds 1 to it. Apparently. There you go. You're incrementing the value of X, yeah. But again, try it out with the pet function, the pet function. All these functions are variables or globals. That's what globals are. Globals are variables outside of functions. So we can use those variables in the entire file. All functions and variables are globals. Okay. Yeah, I still don't really get it. All functions and variables are globals? Okay. Oh. Anyway, this kind of makes sense. Apart from the global thing. Because I don't really see the difference between like these two commands, right? Like, this one is only supposed to import specific globals. Print X, a specific one. And this one is supposed to import all, but it like it basically looks the same except print X and the times thingy. The star means everything. Star means everything. Anyway, let's keep reading. This also imports the file to file, but instead of accessing it through the variable named module 2, it unpacks globals from module 2 and assigns them directly in the local scope. This form of import is usually not recommended because it doesn't work well when two files import each other. You may accidentally overwrite variables in the import file due to name collisions. It's safer to avoid the form from syntax. Don't know what you're doing. So that's me. They're talking about me, not knowing what they're doing. How it really works. The LDR. Imports can be quite unintuitive, but most problems can be avoided by sticking to import file syntax instead of from, and wrapping everything that isn't a global definition in if name equals name. If name equals main. Right, yeah. So like if file name or something, then, or if a certain word that I'm using, a certain definition equals file name or something, is also confusing. Import side effects. The first time you import a file, it'll execute the entire file and then give you access to all variables that have been defined during the execution. If you import the same file again, it will just return the cache module from the first time again. This means that import statements can have a side effect. If you import a file that calls harvest, it will actually harvest during import. And when you import it again, it won't harvest again because the file is only run once. There's a way to avoid such side effects using the name variable. This is a variable that is automatically set to name, and the file is run directly. And to the name of the file when the file is run through import. This is considered good practice to put any code that you don't want to run when the file is imported inside of an if name equals main block. I don't really understand this. Common file structure in Python is to put code that should be executed when the file is run into main function. Is to put code that should be executed when the file is run into a main function. This way you have a clear distinction between local variables inside defined inside main and the global variables that can be imported defined outside main. A global variable equals global definition main. A local variable local do things. If name equals main. My god, there's so much to read. I don't really understand any of this. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Yeah, the 2x2 is, well, it's just very simple code, this one. Like, I'm just using the same code, basically, as we're using for the other stuff. But I replaced it with pumpkins. And I guess it works, you know. We are getting it, so good enough. Is increased by the plus equal. It's short for x equals x plus 1. Technically, not all variables are globals. If you make a variable inside a function, it's a local to a function. And everything inside a function is called function scope. That's what you asked, what it means. Everything inside a function is called a scope. Okay, function scope. Alright, so everything inside a function. Okay. Start means everything. With the from module import x, you cannot access the variable x. With the import everything you can. Yeah, I don't really see the difference between those though. Like, I don't understand the difference between those. Brand X or import or like do everything. Like, yeah, the example is just not a good one, I think, for me personally. Like a lot of things in the game, unfortunately. My suggestion would be to ignore that for now. You probably won't be needing it. You can look it up in a video later if you're really interested. Ignore the name. Was made for now. Too technical, it's not that important. Okay. Where was I? Here. Import cycle. What happens if a file A imports file B and B imports A? File A import B, x equals 0. File B import A, definition, function, print, A, okay, rate import x, whatever. This will work fine. Let's say neither of the two files are loaded yet. Someone else executes port A. Alright, this is gonna confuse me even more. I'm not gonna read that. Alright, anyway, we have the import function now. So we can use it, I guess. Cool. If I learn how to. Next up. Let's do something fun. Maybe. Maybe, hopefully fun. Sunflowers. Sunflowers collect the power of the sun. You can harvest that power. Planting them works exactly like planting carrots or pumpkins. Harvesting or grown sunflower yields power. If there is at least 10 sunflowers on the farm, and you harvest the one with the largest numbers of petals, you get 8 times more power. Oh boy. How the hell do we do that? If you harvest a sunflower while there is another sunflower with more petals, the next sunflower you harvest will also only give you the normal amount of power, not the 8 times bonus. Wait, what? Okay, so if there's 10 and you harvest the biggest one, you get 8 times more power. If you harvest a sunflower while there is another sunflower with more, so if you harvest a lesser one, the next sunflower you harvest will also only give you the normal amount, not the extra. So you gotta make the drone harvest the biggest sunflower every single time before moving on to the next one. Is what it's saying? I suppose. Before moving on to the lesser ones. Always harvest the top one, I guess. Measure. Oh, there you go. Foodie mentioned that one last time. Measure returns the amount of petals of the sunflower under the drone. The sunflower have at least 7 and at most 15 petals. They can already be measured before they are fully grown. You can measure them before they're fully grown, okay? Several sunflowers can have the same number of petals. So there can also be several sunflowers with the largest number of petals. In this case, it doesn't matter which one of you harvest, okay? As long as you have the power... As long as you have power, the drone will use it to run twice as fast. Interesting. So will go faster. It consumes 1 power every 30 actions. Like moves, plants, etc. Executing other code statements can also use power. A lot less like the drone actions. In general, everything that is sped up by speed upgrades is also sped up by power. Anything sped up by power also uses power proportionally to the time it takes to execute it, ignoring speed upgrades. Okay. Right. So your drone can work faster that way. Does it stack? That's what it doesn't say, I think. Like 1 power... It consumes 1 power every 30 actions. Okay, yeah. So I guess the more power you get from the largest sunflowers, yeah, the more actions you can do for a longer period of time. Yeah, okay. So yeah, if you harvest one with 15 petals the most, you get 8 times more power than usual. So it will also last 8 times longer, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. And 1 power equals 30 actions. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Alright, we're gonna try and do that, I guess. I'm not quite sure how yet. But we're gonna try. I think I want to try putting the sunflowers inside of this code, actually. I think I want to do that. Like, if we have multiple sunflowers growing, right? Like, if we have 2 of them or something growing in each of these rows. Each of the carrot tree rows. Like, one here somewhere, one here somewhere. Another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here. It's like 8 total across the map. Maybe we need more. I don't know. Depends on how many actions I guess we're running. But that might be good. Maybe. That might be good. Alright, before I even attempt that, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. So, you guys can enjoy watching the drone do its thing for like a minute. And I'll be right back. Quick BRB, bathroom break. All right. What are you all saying? Import can be used mostly to organize your code in multiple files. Yeah. Yeah, more power for stronger sunflowers, yes. Seems like you want to make sunflowers close to each other so you can find out the biggest one and come back to it. Or you can save where it is. And when you come over it next time you harvest it. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really quite sure how to do that. I mean, it says you can use like the measure thing. You can measure the number of petals the sunflower, yeah, of the sunflower when the drone, under the drone. I mean, you can do it very simple, no? Like, wait. No, hold on, never mind. Hold on. The growth of the sunflower doesn't mean... Yeah, no. I thought that the growth stage was responsible for the amount of petals, right? So like a 100% growth stage, you have 15 petals no matter what. But that is not going to be the case, is it? It's going to be random. Like some flowers will be, well, 7, some of them will be 15, yeah. Gonna sell some more tea real quick. Oh, hello there in the Twitch chat. I would say your name, but unfortunately I'm not capable of reading that language. So I can't say hi to you, unfortunately. I'm assuming what you wrote right there is for the measuring the sunflowers or something. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm not quite sure what like how to use that information. Because I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that specific like command or whatever variables. I'm a very much a beginner at this. I have no idea about anything when it comes to coding. Anyway, let's see. The petal in map. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I just don't know how to use what you wrote in chat. And also, I try to figure out stuff myself first. Like, it's fine if people in chat want to like help me understand, like teach me how and why I need to do something, right? Because that way I can learn. If you like teach me how to do it and why you have to do it that way, then I can learn and maybe do stuff on my own, you know what I mean? But just copy and pasting like something, that doesn't really help me, because then I don't know how to use it myself, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it nonetheless. But yeah, I'll try to figure some stuff out myself first. Because otherwise, where's the fun in that? You know? Alright, so it tells you how to measure. Let's try to do that first, I suppose. Yeah, start with something simple, plant the sunflower at the beginning and go from there. Exactly. There you go. Let's just clear that one. Get rid of the noise. There you go. We'll put that one over here for now. And then a new one. Sunflower madness. All right, perfect. All right. I mean, we do want to copy some of the code that we already have, of course, to make it easier, I suppose. Hey, wait, that can be an import, right? Right, chat? All right, that can be an import now, I suppose. Like the while true thing. The while true, and then the range. We can import that bit, right? So we don't have to like copy paste this entire thing, I suppose. Or am I wrong? Import one. Okay, so like we can do maybe hold on. I know I'm doing like another thing right now. But I see an opportunity to learn this now too, so let's see. So yeah, just import one. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we put in there, I suppose. It needs to have at least one function or something. Yeah, it must at least contain one statement. Which it doesn't have right now, I suppose. Alright, so that's a problem then. Like, do we need to put a statement in there, otherwise it doesn't work or something? Alright. You're missing the moves. Oh, right. Yeah, we can put that in there too. Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes. I gotta remember though, like where, like which indentation do we put them? Oh, I accidentally deleted something. There you go. So this is like what, 1, 2 indentions, and then that one is another 2. Yeah. All right, so 2 and 2. Got to make sure that is right, I suppose. Probably important. Oh, we accidentally did that one. Accidentally typing stuff, man. It happens like all the time, basically. You're missing the moves. Wait, but if I do this, will that not cause problems later? I don't know. Like if I do this, it didn't copy the other one. It didn't copy the other one properly. Apparently. There you go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I mean that one is 2, and then that one needs to be another one apparently. At least it was on the other one. So then what? We do like import 1. Oh wait, no, import 1. And then what? Like that's because here it looks like you have to do something else still. You have to do like import 1 dot something. It's a little bit confusing. If you do this, you won't be able to run code in between the moves, basically. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so this is a bad example of the import. I guess I shouldn't be using this one as a... Yeah, I should not be using this one as a first try to import something, I suppose. All right, never mind. Yeah, this is gonna complicate things unnecessarily. But what we can do, of course, is just, you know, copy this stuff again and start from there, I suppose. There you go, and then we can copy that one again. There you go. There you go. All right. So, what do we want to do? We want to make a sunflower field. We want to make a sunflower field. That's what we want to do. All right. That is what we want to do. Works exactly like planting carrots and pumpkins. So that means we need to till the ground first, or no? Because carrots and pumpkins need tilling. It doesn't say that it needs tilling, though, necessarily. Harvest will give them item power. If you harvest a sunflower with a maximum number of petals, you get a bonus. Can grow on soil. Yeah, so you don't need to till them. Yeah, see, that's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit confusing. It can grow in soil. Yeah, so wait, you do need to till it then, because soil is the tilled ground. All right, I'm getting a little bit confused right now, but let's see. Let's copy that one. All right. I mean, I guess we don't really have to do this one right now. We can just do if can harvest, I suppose. Or should we not do that one? No, I think that's fine, yeah. Because if can harvest, we want to measure it. And then if it equals a certain amount of petals, like harvest instantly, I suppose. Or, hey, not really sure how to do that, but yeah. Let's see. So yeah, we'll just try this, and if it doesn't work, try something else, I suppose. But if can harvest, for now, let's just do harvest. Probably want to change that later. And then till. But we want to till probably only... Let's see, where was that bit of code again? Yeah, if ground type. We'll do that one first, I guess, right? If ground type is grasslands, till. And then if can harvest. Harvest. That sounds good. And then plant. Oh god, I completely forgot how to do this. Plant. And then what? What was the code for that again? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, entities. Yes, that's it. Okay. I've completely forgot what we had to do next. Yeah, that one. Entities. Dot sunflower. There you go. And then we want to do that one. Alright, so that should till the ground, plant sunflowers, correct? Apparently not. Why does it not do the sunflower? Maybe it only does it afterwards? For some reason. No, it doesn't. Alright, we made a boo-boo apparently. We made a mistake. Okay. Let's get the clear. I feel like we're gonna need it more often. Feel like we may need to clear more than once. Alright. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Because we're tilling the ground before this happens. Yes. That's why. You're right. It is never true. Yeah. So what we should do in this case, I guess, or either we change the if can harvest statement, or we do this. Right? Because this way it will harvest the hay, which is always there at the beginning. Then it will plant the sunflower. If possible, I suppose. And then till? Yeah, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right either. No. No, that's not right. I knew it. I knew it when I said it. Okay. That doesn't sound right. Right. How do I have that in the other ones again? My brain is a mess right now. It's not working with me. Yeah, if east and can harvest. If ground type that one. Till. If can harvest carrot. Yeah, but that's okay. Right. Probably want to plant at the end. And we are planting at the end, right? Why is this so complicated for me right now? Why is this right now so complicated? All right, hold on. So if can harvest. And then we're going to do that one. Till the ground. Like this, maybe. Hey, plant sunflower achievement. Nice. Alright, good. So yeah, now if we can harvest, we harvest. If the ground type is grassland, it will till. And then we plant sunflowers. There you go. It takes literal ages to get through the entire field, though. Takes such a long time. Alright, but now you can see all the different petals as well. So yeah, the big ones. 8 energy. 9. 8. Yeah. Oh. Oh, there you go. There you go. We're getting a lot of energy now. Look at that. But of course, we're not getting the bonus right now. Like right now, we're not getting any bonus. We're just getting like the basic energy, I suppose. Because we're not doing the highest one each time, right? So we are getting energy, we're just not getting the good energy. We're just not getting the maximum amount. There you go. Let's stop that for a second now. That's enough. Alright, so we have some power already. That's cool. Cool. It's just that it just opens up the sunflower bit. That one? Yeah, okay. Right. Let's see. Figured out a way to create a file with the A function that does the move up and right. And we are able to run code inside of it. Ah, cool. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you send it in Discord. I'll take a look at it in a minute. Let's see, how much is the bonus? Is it even worth it? I mean, bonus energy for fighting the biggest one. I think it's 8 times, I believe. 8 times. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know if like it's like super worth it, but I mean, I guess so. Because that just means that you need to put down fewer sunflowers in a field. To get like a, you know, like a positive income of power, basically, right? Otherwise, if you want to have a positive income of power while continuing to get that speed buff, you need to plant a lot more of them of lesser value. So I suppose it is worth it if we can figure out how. So yeah, at least 10, otherwise it doesn't activate. Oh, is that so? Do you need at least 2? 10? If there are at least 10. Oh, yeah, at least 10 on the farm. Oh, you're right. I completely like ignored that bit earlier. Right. Yes, you need to have at least 2 of them on the farm. Yes. At least 10 of them, I mean. Sorry. 10. 10. Alright, so now we need to use the measure thing. Or learn how to use it anyway. So we can use measure to return petals of the sunflower. Okay. So how do we use that? How do we do that exactly? Because we want to do it before harvesting, right? We want to measure it first. And then the highest one should be harvested. If there's too much, you're going to spend most energy searching for the biggest one. Yeah. True, true, true. Yeah, you don't want too many either. Yeah. Exactly. Because now you're going to spend all those like 30 actions per energy looking for what you need. That's right. Wasting it, basically. Then you can make a global variable outside of the function. Save how much the highest one has. What? Not sure what you mean. 2 more variables to save where it is based on north and east. At least 10, otherwise it doesn't activate. But if there's too much, you're going to spend most energy searching for the biggest one. And you can make a global variable outside of the function to save save how much the highest one has. 2 more variables to save where it is based on the north and east. Right. Right. Yeah, I have no idea how to do that. I've got no clue. If can harvest measure, I suppose, right? At least it doesn't break anything, it seems, so that's good. Ooh, sunflower hat. We got 1,000 power. All right. But then what do we do with the measure? What do we do with that now? We gotta like return it. We gotta use that information or something somehow. How do we see that? How do we do that? Save it in a variable? Yeah, I don't know how. Like how we did it with the Oh no, not that one. Vars, I guess. Like this way, kind of. Like pumpkin count +1. That stuff. So now I have to do that? Variable name equals measure. Exactly. Right. I still don't really fully understand it though, like how that would work, how that would help me. How to write it down, exactly. All right. Battle. Wait, battle with one T or yeah, one T. Petal. Petals. Count. Equals 0. Petal count equals 0. And then let's just steal a little bit of ideas from Vars code. And then we can do like petal 15 or something, and then if petal count equals petal count 15, harvest. Because that is automatically the biggest one, no matter what, right? 15 is always the biggest one, so that always works. Of course, it wouldn't... That would only get rid of the biggest ones. Like, it wouldn't solve the entire problem. It wouldn't solve the entire problem, obviously. But it would get us going. It would start doing something, at least. Alright, so then petal 15. Wait, hold on. I'm confusing myself now. Hold on. Yeah, petal 15 equals 15. I should probably do it that way, right? Equals 15. And then if petals count equals petal 15. Wait, what am I doing there? What am I doing wrong there? Like this? No, I don't know. I'm confusing myself. How do I write that again? Oh no, that is right. Okay. The fact that it stays in like white, that confuses me. It makes me think that I'm doing it wrong. Because it stays like in the same white color. Alright. But that was right, I think. Well, if it works, that is a second thing, but harvest. Or something like that. Right. But now we need to use measure for that. You could just do inside the loop, say if measure equals 15. You don't need to pedal 15. Inside the loop. I shouldn't do it outside. So I don't need this stuff, you're saying? I do need the pedal count, but not the measure. Or not the other one. Alright, so if you can harvest, measure. Alright. And an if measure equals 15. Wait, no. Wait. I'm still confused. How does it... I guess it just knows. Like, measure just knows. Then what do I need the pedal count for? Or do I not need it? This is confusing me. Do I need the pedal count or no? This confuses me a lot. I thought I needed it, but now I feel like if measure just knows, then it's not necessary. You can look in the docs what measure does. Well, I couldn't find anything about what measure does. There's no like specific doc for that. Like it says you can measure returns the pedals, but that's it. I can't click on it. It doesn't say anything else. Unless there's something in here, maybe. Measure. Okay, there you go. Okay. It would be nice if you could, like, click this. So measure. Direction equals none. Alright, that's not going to help me out. It sounds confusing as hell. Direction equals none. Can measure some values on some entities. The effect of this depends on the entity. Right. Yeah, so on sunflowers, it measures the petals. If direction is not none, it measures a neighboring entity in a given direction. Direction equals none. If direction is not none, then it measures neighboring entity in a given direction. Okay. So wait, does it measure the tile before it gets there? That's kind of what it sounds like. It sounds to me like it measures the tile that it's going to be going to before it actually gets there. It's what it sounds like to me. But that's probably wrong. Returns the number of petals of a sunflower. Returns the position of treasure or an apple. Returns the size of a cactus. Returns the mysterious number of pumpkins for a pumpkin. Returns none for all other entities. Okay. Right. So example, number of petals equals measure. That did not really explain things to me. That made me question more. Alright, so what we just did, like, will that do anything? Yep. Alright, so it harvests the big ones right now. As expected, I suppose. That is how we set it up to be. It only does the highest one, the 15 right now. And there's none of those left. That doesn't help. There you go. Alright, so at least we kind of figured that out, sort of. Let's see, what else are you guys saying? In later case, for later in case, it's not 15. The pedal thing, you mean? Okay. Pedal count is to save which one is the biggest. But if it's not 15, you need to compare measure to count. Okay. Okay. It means it takes direction. And if you don't give it any direction, it measures what is on the spot. You give it a direction, it will give you the size for the direction. It can, not sure how though, no gray dogs. But what you can take from here is that you need to check the entity you have before doing the measure. You don't want to harvest a tree or something. Right. Yes. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, this needs to be checking for a sunflower as well. True. Yes. So it needs to be if entity wait, entities is sunflower and can harvest measure. Wait, actually, we don't need to do the and can harvest. That's not necessary over here. There you go. If entity is sunflower, measure. There you go. That's all we need to do. And then if measure equals something, harvest. Okay. That should still work. Let's clear the entire field. There you go. Oh, right. Get entity. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I forgot about that. Yeah. You do the get entity thing. Get entity type equals sunflower. Like this, right? There you go. Now it does the 15 again. All right, cool. Yeah, so that's it's all cleared again of all the 15s. All right. So now what? How do we go from here? How do we go from here now? So we're checking if it's a sunflower. We're checking if it's 15 measurement of petals, and we're harvesting. And after that, we're also checking, double checking if it's tilled ground or not. And then we're planting sunflowers. At the moment, you're measuring everything, regardless of the sunflower or not. Of sunflower or not. If you only want to harvest... If you only want to harvest if it's a sunflower, then you need to increase the number of taps by 1. In a second if statement. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I mean, if you're using like a... like if there's like a cactus or an apple or whatever, or a pumpkin, yeah, then it's going to measure... Yeah. Increase the number of tabs. You mean the indentation thing, right? Like you're telling me I have to do this then? Putting it underneath this one. So if it's a sunflower measure, and after being measured, if it's 15, harvest. Right? Alright, so that's what we're doing now. Alright, so how... So how do we measure... How do we measure and go to the next one in line? How do we go to 14 after that? And 13 and 12 and, you know, everything that comes underneath it, I guess. How do we do that then now? Because that I'm a little fuzzy about. Like, how... I don't understand really how to use a count thing. With this as well. The count thing was confusing me last time as well with the pumpkins. And I'm not quite sure how to use it now as well. I mean, for the pumpkins, it kind of made sense towards the end. Yeah, like now we have to like store what is measured and then like per sunflower basically, and then go to the highest one. Like how does that work? um I'm not sure. After being measured, you'll measure again and then compare. Yeah, but how? I don't understand that. Hmm. What do you wish to do? Well, I want to make it so that it first harvests the biggest number, the 15, then after all the 15s are gone, the 14, and etc., etc. So we get the most amount of power out of it, apparently. But that I really don't understand how to do. How to like save that information and go to the biggest one. That I have no clue as to how that works. I thought I did earlier with this, but then not. When it reaches 7, the minimum number of petals, you want to go back to 15. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Right? Like, we need to harvest the largest number of petals because you get 8 times more power that way. If you harvest a sunflower while there's another sunflower with more petals, the next flower you harvest will only give you a normal amount. So you want to always harvest the biggest one possible, always. That's what you want to do. Hmm. Uh, what if you harvest and plant and the sunflower that grows contains 15 petals again? Well, yeah, then you want to wait and harvest that one first, I suppose. Because it says that while growing, the amount of petals is already determined, I believe. They can already be measured before they are fully grown. So yeah, before they're fully grown, you can already measure them, and then based on that, you do the biggest one, I guess. I was wondering if maybe fertilizer would be useful, but I don't think we should mess with that just yet. Maybe. Let's not make it even more complicated than it needs to be. Oh, we cannot upgrade sunflowers. I thought maybe we could upgrade how much we got from that. Just like the other ones. That's not a possibility, it seems. Okay. Huh. Where was this one? Get position. We're gonna have to use this one maybe, no? The get position or something? Functions get position, XY return, current XY position of the drone. At start position if they are both 0, 0. Because we probably want to save. Yeah, we want to save the higher measurement, I suppose. After like an entire session. I suppose you want to save the measurement after an entire session and then and like go back to the highest coordinates first. And then like harvest them one by one. Or something. Maybe. Um I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. Um, and unfortunately, there's no good examples. There's no good examples right here of using the position. Is that in here, maybe? As well? A better explanation, perhaps? Get position X. Gets the current X position of the drone. The X position starts at 0 as increases in the east direction. Returns the number representing the X coordinate. Example, X comma Y equals get position of both. Okay. Oh god, my coughing is starting to get worse again. That's not fun. Alright, hold on. 1 second. Okay, well, I mean, I'm getting like further in knowing what I kind of have to do, I guess. But I haven't really quite figured out how. Okay, so we need to get the position. So, instead of... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Let's see. If R was 15. You know, if measure is 15, they can the drone can immediately harvest it. That is fine. Yeah. If it equals 15, it can immediately harvest. That's fine. That'll be okay. But then what? So after the measurement, I guess if it's... When do we want to record the positions? I guess every 15, but no. 15 can be immediately harvested. So every 14, every 13, every 12, like everything that's lower, that's what you want to get the position on, I suppose. Because 15, the drone is just allowed to immediately harvest. That's fine. Because that's the highest amount possible. And if the measure, if not 15, you can tilt the land to remove the sunflower and replace and pray and pray for 15. Yeah, I mean that's one way to do it. Yeah. If not 15, then just get rid of it completely. I mean that is an easy solve, I suppose. Yeah. That would be a fairly easy solve. I love it. I love that idea. Oh my god. Have you considered making a list of the sunflowers and sorting the list? If I knew how to do that and what that would do, then maybe, but I don't. I haven't used list yet because I don't really know how to use it. I'm completely new at coding. 100% completely new. I do not understand like half of it. Well, half is being generous. Let's say 80% of it. I don't understand 80% of it. We're still learning, like, a lot. A lot. But yeah, Kuru, that seems like a great idea. A great beginner's idea, I guess. To only harvest the 15s. Then he would need to use a list of lists to track each X and Y position. How do you do that again? A list of lists. Or a dictionary. Do I have a dictionary unlocked yet? That's the next one. The next one is dictionaries, apparently. Not sure what that does yet. Yeah, I never really understood the purpose of lists. I never understood the purpose of those. Of how to use those. The dictionary is overkill, you say, Jim? I found out the hard way. I too am new at coding. Are you planning in columns or rows? Let me remember the definition of column and the definition of row again. Columns, I believe, from north, from south to north, basically. That's how we're planting everything. We're starting here. We're going up, and then we go to the right, and then we go up again. That's how we're doing it all. Oh my god, my coughing! It's so annoying. I apologize, chat. Apparently, my body doesn't want me to live stream anymore. Yes, and I think those are above Booster's current knowledge. The dictionaries, you mean? Or the lists thing. I mean, everything is above my current knowledge at the moment, so. I was gone, but I'm back. Welcome back. It's your own version of pumpkin placing. One of the things you can do for sunflowers is set a variable 15 and have it decrease by 1 when you want to go for the next smaller sunflowers. That's why I suggest you remove non-15s. Otherwise, you'll be there all night trying to explain in text. I think writing a go-to position and Y function is good practice to try. What are we doing at the moment here? Well, at the moment, I'm trying to figure out how do we measure all the sunflowers, harvest all the 15s first, because that's the greatest power, and then go to the 14s, and then the 13s, and then the 12s, to the highest possible sunflower on the field each time. That's what we're trying to kind of figure out, I guess. Trying to go to the highest possible sunflower. Because that's how you get the most amount of power. You get the most amount of power from the highest number of petals. That's what we're kind of trying to figure out now. CS computer science, lists of lists or dictionaries. Computer shenanigans. If you build a move to or movement function yet? No, not yet. I only have like move north, move east every tile, you know, depending on. But I don't have a like go to or whatever. List of lists goes pooah. Dictionaries go burr. For n in range 15, if measure equals n harvest. Not sure what that means. What is that supposed to do? It's like any of them that are 15. It like if they're 15 harvests, that's what it means, or because that's what we're doing already. Like we already have something that measures if it's 15 and then it harvests, but it doesn't do like everything that's lower, right? You could have a function that notes when a harvest happens, and then if none happened after the second pass, look for the count look for a lower count to harvest. You can set x equals 15, and then do if x is lower or equal to 15, harvest. And then do a x equal x minus 1 at the top right, based on how you set your move. You meant measure less than 15. It's wrong again. Sorry, measure less than x. Then next iteration, n equals 14. Next loop, n 13. It would just start small, lower size field. I can't do that. I cannot lower the field size right now. I mean, not like the actual field. Like, I have to unlock something for that later to actually set the world size. But I don't have that yet. I can only work with this big field at the moment. So, I mean, I could, like, only plant certain tiles, I suppose. I could set it up that way, but... yeah. It's a bit different. A bit annoying. Personally, just accept the harvest of any size. Because you're lazy. Yeah. All right. Let me just read through what you're saying again, because it's a little confusing to me. Because that x is 15. Yes, like... And x can be anything, right? We can just name that whatever we want, like the pedal count, for example. Like pedal count equals 15. Right? And if pedal count is greater or low, or lower or equal to 15, harvest. Right? That's what you meant, S7? And Jimmy, I guess, as well. I'm not quite sure. I think you guys are saying the same thing. Kind of hard for me to judge. You tapped wrong. You tapped wrong a lot. But basically, you can assign your pedal count target to a variable. It decreases for each lap. For harvesting, right? Yeah, so it decreases each lap. But that would mean that you have to, like, only plant after all the laps have been completed, basically, right? Because if it decreases each time, then it will not harvest the bigger ones anymore, right? You're saying something different, Jimmy. Need to understand the loops better to get what I'm saying. Loops are great for the 15, 14, 13, 12 pattern you're after. Yeah, you're saying the 4N in range. Yeah, I'm not sure how to, if I fully understand that bit, the 4N in range. It's like the very first thing that you kind of told to do, but where was that again? Where did they teach you that again? I don't even remember where they were talking about that. For loops. That's it. Let's see. What's everybody else saying? 10 decreases by 1 each time. Yeah, but the thing is, it always has to go back to 15 if it sees one that's 15, right? Ideally. Because otherwise, you will not get the extra power. If it's 0, then we plant. Then we set to 15. If it is 15, we harvest 15s and go lower by 1. Yeah. Right. If you can't lower the world size, then they can't just replace. They can't just replace the get world size with 2 or 3. And then at the start of the wild true, you can have go to 0, 0. Click the I button for to get the table of contents. Yeah, I got that already now. The for loop thing. That was this one, wasn't it? The one that was after. The ranges, I think. That one. There you go. But you don't plant until it's 0, so you don't replant until it's all harvested. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's and that'll be, well, I mean, you can do it that way, obviously. Yep. Like, the thing is, I always try to do things the hard way. I always try to go for the hard way immediately. That's a problem of mine, I guess. Let's see. Let's just read this real quick again. Freshen up on the knowledge. Range starts at 0. And start equals 0. And step plus equals 1. Yeah, that bit is already confusing me. Generates a sequence of numbers starting at start at 0, ending right before reaching the end. So the end is excluded using steps, size step. Very confusing explanation once again. What is steps of size step? No clue. Note that the start is set to 0 by default. So if only one argument is given, it will bind to the end. This isn't normally possible in Python range. Okay. Yeah. The explanation here, it's really not as beginner friendly as it should be for someone like me. Like, I feel like some people, the majority might understand this, but I do not. I have no idea what they mean by using steps of size step. What the hell does that mean? I got no clue. Or is that supposed to be stop? Oh wait, this is step plus 1. Oh wait, I misread that. I thought this was stop. When zooming out, it's really hard to read some of this. You gotta zoom in like a lot to read it properly. Alright. Start equals 0, end step plus 1. Starting at start, ending right before reaching the end. Using steps of size step. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really help knowing that is step. Check the whole farm for 15. Harvest them. Check the whole farm for 14. Yeah, check them for 13. Harvest, check them. Yeah. When an argument, the start and step have an equal sign after them, it means that that is its default value. Can experiment with print instead of reading. How would print help? I don't see the point of print either. I use that like twice, but I don't see the purpose of it. That's the problem with a lot of this. Like, they don't. The game doesn't tell me how I can use it. The game tells me like, hey, this is, you know, 1 + 1, but it doesn't tell you how to use that equation. You know what I mean? For example. I don't think I said that right, but yeah. I need a lot of help to understand the very basics. What else are you guys saying? If you see the start equals 0, it means if you don't give it size, it will be 0 by default. Right. Right. So the number equals the amount of tiles of the field. Is that what it means in this case? Or something? The number equals the amount of tiles. Like the steps. The number means the amount of iterations it will do. Right, yeah, the amount of loops or something. Yeah, because the range is for the 4 loops, right? Yeah, I forgot that for a second. It's for the loops. The amount of iterations for the loop or whatever. Right. Yeah, so for sunflowers, the maximum amount is 15, the minimum amount is 7. So you need to do 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So you need to do 9 iterations then, like 9 loops. 9 times you gotta like check all that, basically, right? Nine times you gotta have your drone fly over everything and check all the sunflowers specifically. That's why you suggest printing it. Yeah, but I don't understand printing either. So, I mean, suggesting me to print stuff, like, that's just gonna give me another thing that I don't understand that I have to try and understand. Like, I don't understand 90%, like 80% of this entire game. Because it just doesn't explain things well for me. It just doesn't do a good job at explaining it for me personally. So, you know, I'm stuck like wherever I go. Everywhere I go, I'm stuck somewhere because I don't understand something. It helps to visualize. Yeah, but I don't see the point of the print. I don't see the point of it. I don't understand how it would help me. How writing it in the sky helps me at all. Or writing it down into that notepad or whatever. Like, I don't see it. I don't understand the purpose of it. But I'm trying to do this now. Like, I'm just trying to understand this now. Because I don't want to do 10 things at the same time. That's gonna be, it's gonna make things even more difficult for me. But yeah, I want to try to understand this one now first. So, like I said, in this case, I would have to do 9 iterations then, right? Or am I wrong? Because I don't think anybody said whether it was right or not. Whether I'm wrong or not. Yeah, from 15 to 7. Because you don't have to go from 15 to 0. Because the remaining 7 is unnecessary. Because minimum is 7. Right? So from 15 to 7, that's what you got to check. So it's like 9 times you got to check that. Or whatever. Yeah. No need to go lower than 0. Yeah. Yeah, so you'd have to check like 9 times. I guess you could check it 10 times just to make sure that it's 100% right, I suppose. Right. Yeah, so that's how you use that, I guess. The amount of loops. But now I don't remember why were we even looking for that in the first place. What is it? Let me scroll through chat again. What were we trying to do in the first place? Oh yeah, the 4 and range equals harvest stuff. Let me just... Oh, can I not copy that from this chat? I'm not sure if I can copy from my chat there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that does work. Okay. I can copy stuff from chat like that. It's being a little bit annoying. Let me just put that one in here so I don't forget about it. Apparently this is wrong. Invalid expression. For n in range. I guess that would just be like this, right? For n in range. Or something like that. Yeah, if measure n harvest. Like that. That is what you were trying to write, right? I think Jimmy it was. Jimmy was the one who wrote that, I think. This is what you were trying to do. Oh wait, this is wrong as well, apparently. Oh yeah. Like that. For n in range. Yeah, the n can just be like anything, right? So it can be petals. Oh. Petals. Petals. Oh wait, no. This should be the number of petals. Right, never mind. This should be the number of petals, no? Hold on. I'm getting confused again. If only we could print what petals are. Yeah, like... listen, I appreciate it, but like... What is the point of printing what petals are? Like, how does that help me? Like, help me understand what you mean. How does that help me to print it? Like, I don't see it. I know that you want me to do that, but I don't know why I would ever want to do that. Help me understand. If you help me understand why, then I know why you want me to do it. Because I don't see the point of printing pedals. How do I even print pedals? Like, you want me to do yet another thing that I don't understand yet again. So like, I'm trying to do 10 things at once already. It's getting very confusing for me. It's getting more confusing by the minute. So you can see the amount of pedals for yourself. Else you can't see it. Print pedals under the for loop. This, and in the console it is. Sometimes printing can help you see what the program is actually thinking, as in it is truly returning the values you expect. Right. All right. So where do I put that? Where do you want me to put that? I'm very confused, but we'll try. I mean, we'll just put this to the side for now, then, I guess, and I'll probably forget all about it again. All right, pedals. Print pedals. How do we print pedals? Where do we put that? Under the for loop. Under the for loop. Okay. So print pedals. Is that what we have to do? I just don't understand why or how. Yet again. For pedals in range 15 and then print pedals. Wait, so you want me to do it after this? Okay. Wait. Oh my God. Use the print to see how STH looks. What is STH? In the middle of running the program. You think it means something, but if you print it, you might find out it's completely different than what you thought. Something. Okay. I'm so confused right now. Like, where I don't know anymore. Where we do what? I'm so confused. All right, this is not a valid expression. What the f do we do here now? Pedals. I guess I don't know anymore. I'm so lost right now. All right, this is what we have to do. for whatever reason. Not a valid statement. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing with this. I don't... This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand the print either. It's yet another thing I have to try and understand now. New file for pedals in range 15. Right. Print pedals, that's it. So I have to do it after. Alright, get rid of that. Print pedals. Not a valid statement. Identifiers expected. Print petals. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing now, but it doesn't work. Print. Entity petals, is that what we have to do? I don't think there's such a thing as an entity petal, no. Item petal? No. Print petals without the dot. Without the dot? Okay. Petals. Alright, print petals. That's what we do. And then what? Then we need to go to that output or something. This one, right? It says how you get petal amount in the sunflower docs. Yeah, I know that measures the petals, but honestly, at this point, I don't even know what we're trying to do anymore. Like, I was trying to do one thing, then another, and now we're doing the print thing. Like, I'm getting so confused about what we're trying to achieve now, what we're working on right now, why we're printing. Like, I know Chet is trying to help, but it's getting more and more confusing to me. I don't even know where we are now, like what we have to do next. So what do we do now? We've printed the petals. Well, what happens now? For output has to be quick print. Okay, so what? So now if you have your previous code, we did measure petals, what do you think it would happen? I have no idea because I have no idea what is going on. Please tell me. I'm very confused right now. I have no idea what we're doing anymore. I'm just listening to chat right now, printing the petals, but I don't know what we're doing with that. I don't know why we're doing that. I've just been told a million times to do it, so I did it. It's the only reason why. What are pedals? Like, I know what pedals are in the game, but why did you guys want me to print the pedals? Like, I don't, why are we doing that? And what do I use that information for? Why do I use quick print? What are we doing now? Like, how does this help me? I was told that it would help me understand, but I don't. How does this help me? Please tell me, just give me a straight answer. Like, I don't get it. I'm getting more and more confused. And the stream is getting longer and longer and longer, and it just doesn't work this way. If you do measure pedals on the first iteration, what will the code do? Well, it'll probably measure the pedals, but yeah, I already understood what measure does. I know what measure does. Measure measures the amount of pedals. That's what I understood like an hour ago. It checks the sunflower underneath, sees how many petals it has, and then based on that, you can harvest it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can be measured immediately when planted before it's grown. That's what it says. It measures the petal in the sunflower, but it has nothing to do with the name petal. No, I know that. I'm not talking about the name petal. I'm talking about the command measure that measures the petals. I have no idea what measure equal petals does. I have no clue. That's what I'm hoping that you guys are going to tell me, because I'm so confused right now by everything everybody is saying. I'm more confused now than I was an hour ago. uh, yeah, I do know what equal is. I understand how that works. That's never been the problem. Because we've been using it many a times already. Yeah, I know that. It checks out whether it's true or false. If something on the left is the same as something on the right, then this happens. Or if it's not right, then this happens. Or whatever. I get all of that stuff. So once again, why are we printing? That's what I want to know right now. Because it was supposed to help me understand something, but I don't know what it's supposed to help me understand, because right now I got even more questions. Why are we printing? Why was I told to print? How does that help me? Depends on what you print. Okay, well, in this case, obviously that, yeah. Oh man. I'm getting too confused. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore at this point. So that is the first time we go over it once, to plant it in the entire field and save the pedal amount somehow. Usually you print after you do something to check if it did what you thought. What do you think that will do? And then we go over the field again and again to get the highest pedal after. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's not going to do anything if you just put it in an empty one, but that's what you guys told me to do. You guys told me to just put it into an empty one and run the command, and it was supposed to help me understand something. That is what I've been told. That is what you guys told me. So that's what I did. I don't see the point of this either. If it was me, I never would have even done it, but people kept saying I have to do it, so I did it. Even though I don't know what to do with this now. So why did I have to do it? I don't get it once again. Where do I use this? Where do I use this information? Because right now it's useless, or as far as I understand. What do I do with it? No, I know you didn't specifically, but somebody in chat did. I don't even remember who anymore. Somebody kept telling me to use the print function, even though I kept refusing. And now that I did it, I don't know why. I don't know why I needed to do it. It's just been a waste of time, in my opinion. Because we've been talking about this for the past 20 minutes without me getting an answer from whoever wanted me to do it. I don't know how to use this information. It's just been a waste of time, in my opinion. And now I don't even know what we were doing before this. I don't know where we left off anymore. So this is how people learn. You print something, you check if it does what you thought it did, and then you change it and see if it changed how you thought. Okay, well, I don't learn that way. Like, how do I use this? What do I do with this code? What do I do with this command? How would it, theoretically speaking, help me? Where do I put this? Because I've got no clue. Then don't do it. Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to do it for the past 30 minutes, but then eventually I gave in. Now you can change the range function, and you will see how it will print different stuff. Use in the Sunflower Madness the quick print. Oh, the quick print measure. Under the if get entity type sunflower. Now for every sunflower, we can print the amount of petals. Okay. Let's see. So underneath this one. Quick print. Measure. Like this. Doesn't seem to work. Yeah, it'll probably tell me if it's wrong anyway. Expected a comma or a closing bracket. What? Wait, what changed here? This was fine before. Expected a comma or closing bracket? You missed one of those on the... Doesn't seem right though. Okay, now this one is wrong again. Okay, now that one that I removed earlier. Okay. Alright, that's confusing. I guess it is in yellow. I thought this bit was in like white. Which is why I removed it, because I thought it wasn't like doing it right. Like the yellow versus the white. Yeah, it's a bit confusing on the eyes. All right, so so place the red dot at that line. It won't go over it fast when we run the code. Okay, yeah. 5, so that one is 8, right? That measures 8, right? 7, 11, 7, 15, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, okay. That's the usage of the print, yeah. Yeah, so I don't see how this helps me, because I already know how to... yeah. I already understand how the measure works, so... I don't know who wanted me to do the measure, but I don't understand why they wanted me to do the measure, because I don't see how it helps me at all. It just shows the number. I mean, I see that when I hover over it as well. The measure 14, the measure 7, so like... yeah, I don't feel like the print thing... I feel like the print thing has been a waste of time, kind of. Alright, but we got it. We'll keep it in the code, because we can. Right, so now what? Where were we before all of that? Before all of that, we were trying to do something else, but now I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what we were trying to do. We were trying to do something with the range things, I think. But we removed a bit of that code now, so have to scroll back like a million years in chat. This one. There you go. Yeah, that was like, that was that one or something. Wait, no. Ah. It didn't copy from chat properly. Where was it? Here. There you go. That's the one I was trying to copy. Alright, so this was supposed to be... like something like this, I believe. That's what it was supposed to be, I think. But why were we doing this again? Yeah, we were trying to... I was trying to understand what the range meant, right? Yeah. And the range meant... yeah, we had to do like 9... Yeah, the amount of iterations, that was that. Yeah, we had to do like 9 iterations, I believe. 9 iterations because yeah, it goes from 15 maximum to 7 being the lowest. So 9 times it has to check or something. And this we were just gonna call petals. For petals, wait, no, yeah, okay, yeah, this confused me a little bit. If measure equals okay, yeah, okay, this confuses me. What do we do with this code now, actually? What did we do with this? Because why was I trying to use this again? I don't remember. Why were we trying to use this? Because we wanted to check for... we want to check the pedals. 9 loops, all the pedals. You want to check all that and then measure it. Measure... What do we do at n? Measure if it equals what? What does it have to equal? If it equals some, like entity sunflower, I guess, right? I mean, that's what we're already doing over here, the measuring stuff. You can do 15n. Why? Probably want to harvest it 9 times from the highest amount. Petals to 7. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, 15 minus n. I don't really... Sorry, I'm so confused right now at like where we're at. What do you mean by 15 minus n? Like -1 each time you mean, right? Like first it checks for 15, then it checks for 14, then it checks for 13, then... That's what you mean, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, first 15, fourth 15, then 14. So how do I do that then? Exactly? Because honestly, I'm still quite confused about where do we put this? And how do we... Like this, I don't see, I don't understand this bit. Because we're already measuring over here. We're already measuring if entity is sunflower, measuring it. And then... So what do we like replace or whatever? You're too much stuck on something. Give it a rest. Focus on something easier. I don't know what we would focus on. What's easier? Yeah, have a good night. Go to X and Y. From current position. Well, I don't want to I don't want to move on to something else now. I'm because that's just going to confuse me even more, going to yet another thing. Like, we keep moving from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing, which confuses the hell out of me. I just need to... What I need to do is stick to what I'm doing, because otherwise I get even more confused. And then I don't know what we started doing to begin with. Everybody wants me to keep moving to different things the entire time. It's confusing me even more. So Jim, are you still in the chat, in the Twitch chat? Because you were the one who proposed this code. You were telling me to use that one. What did you want me to do with it exactly? Because I'm just getting hella confused now. Everybody wants me to do other stuff. I just need to do one thing at a time. Nah, I don't think they're here anymore. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to use this. For n in the range, check 9 times. Yeah, I just don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it a stream, honestly. Like, I've been getting so confused right now. Like, everybody is saying other stuff, and everybody wants me to do one thing, then another, then another. And I'm still trying to, like, understand the very beginning. I'm just gonna call it a stream because I said this was gonna be a short stream anyway. I wanted this to be only a 2-hour stream, and we're already at 3 hours because my voice, because my throat hurts. So already been longer than I wanted it to be, and I'm just not getting this right now. Like, I don't know why somebody suggested this. I don't know why somebody suggested the print. I don't see the point of the print whatsoever. It's all just hella confusing to me right now. So anyway, thanks everybody for whoever, who tried to help out. I'm sorry that I don't understand like 80% of what you guys are suggesting to me. But yeah, like there's too many people saying different things, different approaches, wanting me to do different things first. And yeah, it's confusing the hell out of me. Plus I'm already not feeling too well. So that's not helping my mood either. But I do appreciate it, even if I might get a little I don't even know what to call it. My brain is not working right now. Anyway, thank you all for all the help. Hope you guys enjoyed my struggle. At the very least, we did get to plant sunflowers, right? We got to plant sunflowers. We were able to measure said sunflowers, and we were able to harvest the biggest ones, the 15s. So that is something that we were able to do. And I don't remember who made the suggestion, but somebody mentioned like you can, delete all the other ones, the lower numbers, and then just keep harvesting, planting the new sunflowers, basically. And only harvesting the 15s. I mean, that is a good, like, backup. Like, if I cannot figure it out how to do it properly, then that will probably be my go-to. I'll probably do that instead. But it's not ideal. Like, I want to try and do it to the best of my ability. So, but thanks for being here. Have a wonderful day, night, and I hope to see you all next time for some more.